nights and took them red-eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I head down stage to be like...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Jets, and it's all up next.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
The NFL's first ever Black Friday clash. The Dolphins and the Jets underway here at MetLife Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. But the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 3 catches, 66 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Certainly not the start they were looking for offensively, coming off that loss last week on the road.
And they didn't do their job. They're going to feel poorly about that. But what they're going to do is look at the defense and say, can you pick us up here? And let's face it, defenses can score. We've seen it, right? They can take the ball away, create a big-time opportunity. Let's see if they can get that done.
Yeah, just something to jumpstart this home crowd. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And that's an important completion right there, because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. You talk about this Jets defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw caught by Ochan. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 23. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Rodgers to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York set to take the field. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every...
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Now inside the 25. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece home. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are back within a score. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fair catch called for and taken back near the goal line. So that'll come out to the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 53 yards. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7.
Jets 7. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. You talk about this Miami defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. A pretty wild first quarter, 21-7. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Now, hang on. We've got an injured player down there, and oh, my, that's Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable here from the 38. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. Tua now on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
On second down, a run by Achane. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Dolphins first down.
From the gun, it's Tua. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
At the Jets' 32-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. New York ready to go again offensively. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A first throw for the backup Wilson. And able to find Allen Lazard. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Rodgers with a pass caught by Conklin. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. On second down, a run with Hall. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. On the move to his left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Hall on a give up the middle. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. No gain on the play there, second down. To throw is Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On third down, Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
20, TX.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
2 now on 1st down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
All right, fellas, listen up. Corner, long.
Tua, a final shot before half. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that's going to be incomplete. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
Do you want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field? All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Berrios now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Miami's offense set and ready to go. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
All right, let's go.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it with Achane. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
44. Ready.
2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Tua going to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 26 yards. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New York set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out.
He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Achane here. They stay on the ground.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Let's go. Ready.
Now Tua. Throw caught by Achane. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Miami.
Hey, 21, T.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon Achane, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests. But he
tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
This 2nd and 4.
21G, 21G. 20, TX. Out.
Here's Tua. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
On third down, Achane. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He finds Wilson, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Randall Cobb. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. So you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
we're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They give to Achane on the option. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Tua now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
They'll go. Achane.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Jets are going to get the football back. On first down, Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 33. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Jerome Baker in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
Now Rodgers. Under pressure, they got him again. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And the drive starts with a run from Achane.
There's the stiff arm. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
112 yards rushing for him now to this point. So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
17. Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Another go-around now for the Jets offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now it's Rodgers.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now inside the 25. Allen Lazard.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Zerline connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. Here's Achane to start the drive.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Jalen Phillips. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Miami set to take over. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Two and now on first down. Being chased out left. Got a man, complete to Cedric Wilson. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. But Charles, a lot of